Who work harder than me? No athlete work harder than me. Fuck fighters. No athlete works harder than me.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. Special welcome to members of the public who have come here today for the last London head-to-head between Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora. We're all building up towards a big meeting at the Phones for You Arena in Manchester on Saturday week. Just a reminder, 3 titles very much on the line here. Derek's European title, the vacant British title, and a chance for the winner to have a tilt at the WBO World Heavyweight title, currently held by Vladimir Klitschko. I'm delighted to say that all the main characters for the big event are here in the Screen 1 arena, and I think I'd like to introduce you first of all to the big fight promoter, who's going to have the first say here, Mr. Frank Warren.
Thank you for coming along and joining us here this afternoon. Excuse me. This is a big fight. You've got 2 of the best heavyweights in the world, there's no doubt about that, and they had everything to go for. The winner of this fight will get a shot at the world title. The winner won't. So that's what it's all about. It's as simple as that. If you want to get into the big time, you've got to win this fight, and then you'll be lacing them up against Klitschko for the WBO title. So that is what this fight brings the winner. We've got 2 fighters here who fought in the past, and it's well documented that Tyson won the first fight quite a few years ago. They're 2 different fighters in today. From Derek's point of view, he's been in full for the world title and gave a creditable performance despite only having 16 fights against Vitaly Klitschko, Vladimir's brother, and gave him his toughest fight out there. And he did that fighting with a bad preparation in as much as his diet was concerned. He's got a great trainer in Don Charles who's done fabulous with him, but outside of the gym, he wasn't living the right life. He was eating bad, rubbish food and so forth, and that's why he carried all that weight around on him. And he's and certainly from early last year, that all changed. The whole dynamic of his training, his focus changed, and I believe he's a totally different fighter and a better fighter for it, and a fighter that's had a lot of experience against some of the best heavyweights out there. So, you know, that's what I think where Derek is today. Tyson Fury, he won the fight, he's done everything that's been asked of him, he's improved, certainly much improved since that first fight. He's a young guy, he's got self-belief, he's got a great chin. And what I mean by a great chin, he's been on the floor. Fighters who get hit on the chin and get off the floor, they've got good chins. It's the one who don't get up who've not got good chins. And he's proved that he can do that. And when the chips are down, he's delivered. They're 2 different fighters, and they're fighting for something even more special now. So I think the fans on the 26th of July at the Phones for You Arena are going to be in for something special, and for a fight that I believe is going to be where the fighters will give everything, and in a fight that I honestly don't believe will go the distance. I really do think one of these guys will go at the end of the day, and it's no secret I'm Derek's manager. I believe my man will come through this fight in a very tough fight. I'm sure Peter, Mick and Tyson have got their views on that.
Thank you, Frank. Well, let's hear some of those views. Let's have a word with the fellow who's got Tyson into absolutely brilliant shape for this particular contest, from his trainer, from Peter. On you go, Peter. The mic is yours.
Well, I think it's going to be a good fight. Like he said, just like Frank said, really, there's a lot of stake. And where people say, you know, Tyson's overlooking this fight because he's beat Derek before, I can tell you that's nonsense. This is a serious fight with a lot of stake, and Derek's in the way of Tyson achieving ultimately what he's setting out to do, and that's win the World Championship. So it's not been took lightly. He's at the best training camp ever, he's in super shape, and you know, we are confident of victory, just as they are. But there's going to be no excuses come the 26th of July in this camp. Everything's gone well, and you know, made the best man win on the night. this is what it's all about. At the end of it, you know, as long as nobody gets seriously damaged, you know, and make the best man win. That's all I can say about it. But training's gone very well, and you know, I believe also we're going to see the best Derek that we see, because there's so much on the line, and you know, Derek needs to get it right. So, like I said, nothing's been underestimated from our camp, and we're all systems ready to go. You know, we're excited. All the work's been done now. We're just tapering off, and we just can't wait to get in there and get it on, because this is what we've, you know, this is what we've lived in 3.5 months of training camp for, day in, day out, 3 times a day. So the fight's the easy part, believe it or not. So it's sit back and enjoy the show.
Peter, thank you very much indeed. We've heard from the trainer. Let's have a word from Tyson's promoter on the far left there, Mick Hennessy. Thanks, Jim.
Can't really add much more than what Frank and Peter said there. Only that it doesn't get any bigger than this, really. The right to fight Vladimir Klitschko. You just know that everything's going to be on the line with both fighters. And as in the first fight, there was plenty of excuses going around afterwards. There can be no excuses in this fight, because, as we've all seen, both fighters are in tremendous shape. And I agree with Frank that I don't believe this fight's going to go the distance. But obviously, you know, I believe that Tyson's going to take Derek out and take him out within the distance. So we're up for a fantastic fight, a great event, and you know, it's knocking on the door now. It's very close. So thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Mick. On the far right, we have, he's a big pal of Derek Chisora's. He's trained him throughout his career as well. Mr. Don Charles. Don, what have you got to say?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming down. Basically, everyone to my left has said it all. I'm in agreement with most of everything they've said. Obviously, you have to commend these both fighters, Derek and Tyson, because, you know, a lot of fighters in the modern market avoid each other. And these two young men, they're going to face each other, so you're going to commend them. But regarding about who's the outcome of this fight, Tyson is in our way, and we need to get him out of our way, and that's what's going to happen on the 26th.
Okay, let's hear from the main guy, shall we? Tyson, the challenger here, you are in the Derek Chisora's camp way. Give us your reaction to that, first of all, will you?
Well, when people get in your way, what you have to do, you have to move them. Like bricks in the road, you get them out of the way. So I hope Derek's prepared well, and he's got plenty of hammers to try and break them bricks, because I'm standing in his way for a reason. I'm standing in his way to knock his head right off. And I hope he stands in front of me and comes for a fight, doesn't fuck around and start running around the ring, and mans up and comes for the fight. That's all I wish. I wish that he does what he usually does and he comes forward and may the best man win. That's all I've got to say about it. You know, it is what it is. For me, this is nothing more than a stepping stone fight. This is Derek Chisora's final crack at the whip. For me, this is a stepping stone. Derek Chisora is a journeyman. And what champions do with journeyman is they smash him to bits. And if I can't smash him to bits, then I must be shit too. So there's no pressure there at all. As for being the challenger, how can you be a challenger over some mug you've already beaten before? You know, challenger for what exactly? His European title and his paper fucking belts, whatever they are. I'm not interested in them. It's people. I'm giving them back anyway after a beating for him. So he's the challenger, he's the chump, and he's 10 levels below me. I'm going to prove that in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to smash his face right in. Every time he thinks of Tyson Fury in the future, he's going to wish he never even heard that name, because I'm going to annihilate this motherfucker. He's going to sleep for sure. There's no doubt in my mind I'm flattening his ugly, big, fat face. I tell you, he's the ugliest man I've ever seen. He can't talk, he's useless. The only thing he's got about him is he's a bit tough, and he comes forward and he swings some shots, some big slaps. Now, him and his trainer, they've got some big plans, but I'm a gate crasher. I gate crash this party. You know what it is? This is a matter of Derek Chisora coming here to get a few quid, get a good hiding like he done last time, and go and fight Anthony Joshua for some few quid or whatever he's going to do next. And this is a matter of me chasing that fucking wimp down, Vladimir Klitschko, who ain't got a pair of bollocks to fight me, and flattening him as well. I just hope that the promoters can deliver this Klitschko, so-called best heavyweight on the planet, who is terrified to death of me. I just hope to deliver that fight, and around, run away for the next 12 to 2 years, 12 to 18 months. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Derek, you've got a lot of things to respond to there.
Should I start? You know, he keeps saying he beat me. Yes, he did beat me. 4 years ago, I was not in shape. I'm in great shape right now. My mind is right. I don't just swear to get under his skin. He knows exactly what's coming. Me and my trainer have been in the gym for the last 16 weeks, working hard. You know, I can paint it for you again. You know, when I lost the fight with you 4 years ago, and the alien called me 2 weeks later. He goes, you know what? You gave him the Channel 5 deal, and I did give it to you because if you didn't beat me, they wouldn't give you the contract. And this is to everybody in here. As I sit here, I wear this t-shirt written Box Nation. I build Box Nation. Frank had the money, but I build it. I am Box Nation. As I sit here, I made Box Nation. All those people watch Box Nation because of me. They realize Box Nation exists because of Derek Chisora, not because of any other boxer. It's because of me. And for you to sit there and tell me you're going to beat me, take what I've built for the last 4 or 5 years, Box Nation, you must be dreaming. Don't you understand? I'm going to bring it on to you. You haven't got a clue what's coming. You don't understand. I am coming for you. I don't need to tell you, fuck that. I am coming for you in Manchester. Do not worry about it. Give me your home address. I will knock on your door and bring you to the fight myself. I am coming for you. I don't need to tell you anything. I am coming for you. This is what you have to understand. From your promoter to your trainer to your uncle, I am coming for you. So you get this right now. I'm coming. I'm not messing around. I am coming. Yeah? Do you want to say something else?
I was just about to say that. No, it's a fight, mate. We're not talking about coming yet.
I'm coming for you.
Don't worry what the fuck you're on about. I'm not talking about boxing. You're on about wanking, obviously. I am quite pleased that I turn you on in that way, Derek. You've got to come for me, but you know, not that way inclined. Whatever you say, whatever you say. You know, my home address is 74.
You don't understand. You understand. Listen,
you know what? You
understand.
I don't need to. You don't need to come for me because I'm right here now. You fucking tosser. I'm here. I'm in London. I ain't in Morecambe. I'm here right now. And what are you going to do about it, you fucking prick?
Me? Nothing.
Yeah, I want to know what you're going to do.
You want me to make you famous? Say yes.
Go on, you can go and fuck yourself, because you're nothing but a bitch for Frank Warren, that's all you are. A sideshow. What are you? You're a box disgraciation. You're Box Nation, you are Box Nation.
I am Box Nation.
I'm only boxing, you're only boxing me. Because you're a little pussy.
What happened to Channel 5?
Channel 5 put them.
I am boxing your own arena in Manchester, but no one in Manchester likes you.
So why are you coming to
Tell me something.
Mr. Box Nation? Why are you coming to Manchester? Why?
Because we want to beat you in your own home ground, but you don't have anyone to
We want to beat you in your own town, you fucking mug. You couldn't beat me in your own town, so you've got no chance in my town.
So we call this a payback, isn't it?
This is a nothing. This is you getting another payday from me, Mr. Box Nation, and you're going to get another hiding like you done last time.
Are you going to give me a hiding?
Yeah.
How are you going to give me a
I'm
hiding?
going to beat the shit right out of you. I'm going to punish you until your ugly face.
I think we've got ladies in here, stop swearing.
I'm going to punish you until your ugly face, and that ain't swearing. So
if we have to put a mic
I'm going to punish you. You know your two yellow eyes in your head?
What would you
I'm going to make them red like a beetroot.
Huh?
Your two eyes are yellow. Yeah, they're going to be red like a beetroot. After I finish with you,
between me and you.
Yeah? I'm going to hit you that hard. You're going to end up in Venezuela, you little pussy. Yeah? After I finish with you, they'll be calling me the Prince of Boxing.
The Prince of
what? I'm
what?
going to put that much of a show on. I'm going to play with you like you're a journeyman, just like when you are a little bitch, journeyman, bitch boy. You and your trainer there. Side shows. Yeah. And I will invite you guys down to watch a proper.
Anyone else ask us questions, please?
Okay, let's just ring a bell on that. We've gone the full distance with the insults up here, guys. So
Why insults?
I ain't even started yet, Jim.
No, don't worry. You might get a chance later on. You never know. I wouldn't say the public very welcome here, but the media are here in the front. If you could hold your hands up, identify who you are, and pop a few questions at the guys, and then we might get back to the insults later on, who knows. But who wants to ask a question in the front there? Looking for a hand to go up. Looking for a hand to go up. No answer.
Everyone wants more insults.
No answer. Okay, well, no questions at all from the media there?
Yeah, Tyson, is it possible for you to open your mouth without uttering obscenities? Have you got any respect for the sport at all?
I can't hear that, but it sounds like it's come from...
He was born in a band, but he was born in a fucking trailer. What do you expect?
Who asked that question?
I did, Tyson.
Who?
Alan Hubbard from the Independent on Sunday.
Alan, can you repeat the question? Because
Is it possible for you to open your mouth without uttering such obscenities when you have women and children in the audience? Don't you have any respect for the sport?
If you don't like the fucking station, change the channel, bitch. This is my show. I do what I want. This is boxing. This ain't tap dancing. And if you want to speak in layman's terms, because I'm quite backward, uneducated, I fuck, blind, shag, fuck, shit anytime I want. And if nobody likes that, they shouldn't be here. This is a fight game, and I'm in fight mode, kill mode. I don't give a fuck who's out there listening. This is what it is.
I apologize to the public. Please forgive my my opponent there. You know, he was raising the bar. So you can clap for him. Please forgive him.
Was there another question over there? Was there another question?
I've got a question for Frank. Frank, providing Derek gets through this battle on July 26th, so when will you set the wheels in motion to force through that title fight with Klitschko?
On the 27th.
Yes.
So we'll be moving as quickly as we can to make sure the fight happens.
Any more questions there? Yeah, you in front. Could you just identify who you are, please? Thank you.
Ingram Jones, Baylor TV. I'm going to ask both guys, Chisora and Fury. You both have something in common, which is both guys have had a fight to pull out on you. With Tyson, it's been Dave Hay, and with yourself, Derek, it's been Vladimir Klitschko. How much has it affected you, first, Derek, when before you were to fight Tyson, the two fights that obviously Klitschko pulled out on you, how did it affect you in your preparation to fight through the first time round?
You know, badly. I think you saw how I came in the fight 4 years ago after he pulled out. You know, it's a shambles. You know, we're in this game to fight. We're not in this game of making fights and not make them happen. You know, that's why we lace up gloves. That's why we put gloves on. We just want to fight.
No one's going to pull out this one. That's all that matters.
Exactly. You know, I'm in great shape. You know, it's all happening right now. So we need to get on the train.
And Tyson, when obviously David pulled out the fight for you twice, how did that affect you mentally now to come back and now fight Derek, who you said you've beaten beforehand? Psychologically, how do you psych yourself up to fight a guy that you said you've beaten before, even though he's coming back into this fight in better shape?
You know, psychologically, psychiatry, whatever it is for weak-minded people. I ain't a bitch. I fight. I'm an animal, and I don't give a fuck for no one. You know, being weak-minded is something that ain't bred in me. You know, Derek's saying he wasn't in the right mind, because that's because he's a bitch deep down. He's a little pussy boy. And he ain't ready for a fight. I don't give a fuck. If I'm 30 stone, never trained a day in my life, I'll fight any man born from his mother's hole. And Derek Chisora is just another little bitch who's going to get smacked up like a little bitch should do.
No, I understand why we don't get live TV, because of this idiot next to me.
Derek, can we talk boxing a little bit? You have been busier over the last 18 months.
I've been busy, you know what? I've been busy. I love fighting. I don't make excuses for anybody. You know, I'm in the gym 24/7 every day, training. You know what most people need to understand is when you're a fighter, you only got a period of time, and that period is very short. You know, too bad we all have to get old one day. You sit back and you start wondering, how people going to remember me. You know, I've seen fighters, fight, and then they live to bridge to the British level, but they can't make it to the world level. And my point for me is more like to prove myself that I can make it to the world level. And so that's why me and Frank every time was cool. We talk to each other and stuff like that to understand. So he knows exactly the level, the way I want to get to, and so I can be like, one of our great fighters, Lennox Lewis, Frank Bruno, Prince Nazim, those guys have made it there, man, and Ricky Hatton, you want to be remembered like that. You don't want to just be a has-been, you know, and I don't want to be a has-been. So this is what I tell Tyson, so he needs to understand that. From Thursday, next week, Thursday, I get on the train to Manchester. It's game on, so he needs to understand I am coming for him. You know, you might think I'm talking about me jacking off, but I'm not. You know exactly what I mean. I am coming for you. And the worst thing is, we don't have a bigger ring. I asked for the smallest ring we could get, and we got it. So you have to be physically, mentally prepared for what I'm bringing to you. So, because I am coming, without a doubt. You might say what you want to say right now, but really, truly, in your heart, you know that you are in for a fight. Do you understand? Same here, and I know I'm in for a fight with you, but I'm telling you, how tall are you right now? 6'1"?
Whatever you want to be. Size.
6'9". By the time I finish you'll be 5'5". Don't worry about that.
Derek, yeah, you want to talk about sense, okay, let's talk sensible. You say you don't make excuses and you train this and train that, but I never hear you shutting up about making excuses about the first fight. Before we go any further, just if you don't make any excuses
you did
and you're such a good guy, just admit it then. Why don't you just say, I lost to a better man on the night?
You know what?
Yeah.
I lost to a better man on the night.
You
did win.
Yes.
And what do you do after you won? You win. You went and pissed it away, didn't it?
Well,
we gave you Channel 5, we gave you all this stuff, and guess what? You're boxing in blue waters with how many people? About 150 people in there. A British heavyweight champion with a Commonwealth title, and you can't even fill up a stadium.
Well, I've never boxed at blue water, so are you dreaming again?
Huh?
What are you about blue water?
You were boxing in blue water.
I've never boxed in blue water, you mug.
Where are the belts now?
What?
Where are the belts? Where's the Commonwealth title and the British title?
Where are they? I've vacated them because I don't
Why?
want them. Because I don't need them and I don't want them.
You don't need them, you don't want them.
Listen, I tell you what it is with you.
Your advisors are advising you the wrong
You're an excuse
tactics, my
maker.
friend. Don't worry.
You don't want to be a has-been, but you're a never has-been, because what have you been? What have you been, a domestic level fighter your whole life? You've been beat by every good man you fought. Yeah? Hold on, I'll let you talk, so just hear me out. Been beat by every good man you fought, yeah? Fair credit to you, you put up a challenged performance, but there's no prizes for coming second, yeah? I don't lose, I'm 22-0, whether I've flipped it, personal, or whatever I've done, I've still won all my fights, yeah? You've already been beat by me one time, easy, yeah? Whether you was in a fit state or not, you shouldn't have been boxing if you wasn't. Right, there's no excuses, so I don't want to hear any bullshit. And this is the second time now, you come in and you say, no, you give me something from Channel 5, and then I chucked it away. Right, I was 22 years old when I fought you. You was a full set man, older than I am now. Agreed? Go on. And for a big man, 22 is like being a kid. I wasn't ready to fight a Klitschko at 22 years.
Are you sure you're 22?
But I was old enough to fight and beat you. On my worst night, yeah, I was old enough to fight and beat you. A 22-year-old with a handful of fights, I was still good enough to beat a 27-year-old, fully fledged man at 6'1", who's in the prime of his life. I was a kid, but now I'm in the prime of my life. I'm 25. I beat you as a child, and I'm going to beat you as a man.
So I'm
going to beat you this time as a man.
Excuses.
It was an easy first fight, and the second fight is going to be even more easier. Because you have not improved, you've got worse. Your chin's a little more suspect, because you've been knocked out.
Yeah.
You've been put down. The good thing about you was you took punishment, you come forward. You've been rocked in all your fights, your last fights, and you've been knocked out. So, you are done. It's like a drip of water dripping on a brick over and over again. It's going to wear out. No matter how tough you are, keep taking punishment like you did. You took a hell of a lot of punishment off a kid, me, which probably never hurt you, because I wasn't punching properly, I was only a child. You took more of a beating off of Linus. You took a hell of a hiding off of Klitschko, a lot of punches. And you took a lot of punishment off of David A, and you got knocked out. And you took a lot of punishment off of the Bunzi you've been fighting. So now you're going to step up a level again, you're going to get beat again. It's the old story with you, Derek. You give the good chat, you're a bit like Kevin Johnson, really. You talk a good game, but you don't really provide. Every time you step up, you get beat. And this is the old scenario with Derek Chisora. He steps up into world class and he gets beat. There's no shame in that, because there's no shame in losing to a better man. But as if you could ever beat me, in what world could Derek Chisora beat Tyson Fury? Not in the world we live in. I will put the whole purse bet on it. The winner takes all, everything. That's how confident I am of beating you. Listen, I'll take side bets with your promoter, I'll take a bet with you, a bet with your trainer, and anybody else who wants to put any money down back in Derek Chisora, I'm here, I'll take that bet, no problem. I'll even give odds. That's how confident I am being a journeyman. Journeyman.
Go on, what odds do you give?
Any odds you want.
Okay. First of all, I would say thank you to him. He didn't swear in that situation he was talking about. You know, we should give him a round of applause. And I will bet you 10 grand that I'll knock you out.
10 grand to me is chump change. I can spend that in a chip shop. No, no, no. So, if you want to talk real money, let's talk real money. Let's put your nerves against mine. Let's get it winner take all, and let's get it in writing.
You know.
Well, what we're doing, after this, we can sit down afterwards and we can...
No, we don't need to sit down afterwards. You know, we're just going to do you know, with this crisis, this day and age, and people not getting money and stuff like that, let's just make it a 10 grand bet.
No, 10 grand. No, what do you mean?
He's offered you a bet. I mean, it might be
And I've offered him a proper bet. 10 grand to me is nothing. I don't value 10 grand. Give 10 grand to the kids to go to the shop with. To go where? To go to the shop to buy some sweets.
So what would you value?
I would value 100 grand.
You value 100 grand?
Yeah. So if you want to bet 100 grand, let's bet. Sign the contract now, and I'll bet you 100 grand.
I haven't been on my word. Shake on it.
Come on, let's shake on it.
Oh no.
Paid up for David Hayden, didn't you? I believe it. You paid up for David Hayden. He didn't say I was right there. I was right next to him. I was on his shoulder. He said, he bet. He said, stupid. Oh. It's like the Carl Froch handshake. Come on, push.
Don't try and touch me up, mate. Huh? Don't try and touch me up. You are.
I told you by the time I finish with you can fight for 5.
Listen, and let's see how 5 for 5 I am now, mate.
No.
I'll do you You don't want to start with me. Listen, you don't want to start with me. Right?
Get off me, I'm not talking about right now. I'll beat that bitch up right here right now.
Listen, Tyson, keep talking, yeah?
Get your pussy up now.
After you beat, you haven't got the character to come back,
I'm
yeah?
fucking Tyson Fury and I don't lose your fucking
yeah?
Come back and fight. Shit out.
I'll deal with
Shit yourself out. Shit yourself again. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Tyson Fury's the fucking game.
Look at this shit.
Fighting's the game.
Idiot.
You're fucking idiots. I'll take 2 years on, no problem.
You're disfigured where you're
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to probably call it a day up here after that. I do apologise if any of you here have been offended by some of the language from up here, but it just goes to show that feelings are running pretty high. There is a documentary on tonight as well, Before the Bell, concentrating on Tyson over here, 7:30 on BoxTalk tonight. We are going to deal with the official media business afterwards, so the dailies and the Sundays could come up here, and I would think that'll take about 20 minutes, and be the turn of radio and TV, and then the turn of everybody representing the internet up here. Thank you.
I've got to ask though, why is Don insulting my fighter? I ain't fucking insulting your fighter, am I?
Peter, go on the internet and check it out.
Yeah, but I ain't insulting your
Go on the
fighter, am I?
internet,
Have
check it
fucking
out.
respect then.
But
Don't insult my fighter.
Pardon me?
Don't insult my fighter, I said.
Go on the internet and check it out, Peter, and then come and talk to me.
Listen,
All I'm saying is he's took a right answer off a David. He's grown a pair of bollocks. He thinks he's a tough man.
Pardon me?
You've took a right answer off a David A. You think you're a brave man now? Big issue. You took a punch off a fucking pussy.
You guys go on about how tough you are, traveling man. Listen, you couldn't live in the world I come from. Trust me.
You wouldn't last 5 minutes.
Trust me. I've dealt with your type before.
Listen, you've never fought a gypsy man in your life.
I've dealt with your people. Trust me.
Men like us.
I've dealt with your people. Trust me.
That's it, right?
You're cowards. A lot of you.
Right, can we hold on for a second?
Okay, guys.
That's why we fight. You don't, pussy.
Okay.
We don't fight with boxing gloves on. We fight with bare knuckles for hours.
You heard
There's no cowards here.
I will take you to
There
where
ain't
I
a
come
coward
from.
born now.
Listen to me. I'll take you to where I come from.
Listen, take me to where you come from, the biggest council estate in London.
No,
And it doesn't give a good fuck where you come from.
You schmuck. Do you know what shark is?
Yeah, you are looking at one.
I come from Biafra.
Listen, why are you talking? You're a trainer. Let your fighter do the talking. If he's a fighting man, let him back his fighting man.
He just wants to fight, you know.
He just wants to fight because he's a pussy. He's scared to death of me again.
Can we give him...
Good level is better. You eat it again. Like that.
Alright. On the undercard, we've got... If it keeps along, on the undercard we've got also a vacant middleweight championship in Europe. Billy Joe Saunders against Emmanuel Blankamura. 2 undefeated fighters, 50-50 fight. The winner of that also will get a WBO #1 mandatory position. So a lot to go there for Billy Joe. Liam Smith, British champion, who defended his light middleweight title against Jason Wellborn. We also got Terry Flanagan fighting Martin Gethin for the vacant British lightweight title. We've also got Jake Cattrall against Nathan Bruff. 2 young undefeated fighters, a cracking fight in young guys for the vacant Central Area lightweight title. Liam Walsh will also be in a title fight, and Ronnie Heffron against Liam Williams, which is a final eliminator for the British light middleweight championship. 17 fights on the card. Young Chris Eubanks Jr., Bradley Saunders, Eddie Chambers, Tom Stalker, and many others. So, yeah, good night's boxing, and I'm sure these 2 guys on the night will deliver the fans what they want, which should be fireworks. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.